I moved around like 13 times from the time I was born till 6th grade, and then I stayed in one place.
Wow. Well, I get, and then were you in Huntington
I was
Bay
in
for
Huntington.
that time, for high school and stuff?
Yeah.
That's a wealthy area, right?
Some people are wealthy. I wasn't wealthy at all.
Was it tough to live in a wealthy area when you weren't one of the rich ones?
It was, but I mean, I don't want to sit here and complain about it now because I had, you know, I always felt like I had the worst house, I have the worst this, I have the worst that, and, you know, everybody else is, like, really coming from, like, well-off families and stuff. But I think that everything that I went through, not that it was so bad or I'm complaining about it, my mother gets really mad when she thinks I'm saying...
At the time, though.
No, exactly, but, I mean, you know, when you're growing up, you're, like, very insecure about things at times. But I think everything I ever went through made me who I am and motivated me more to be, you know, to strive for what I wanted to do. Because sometimes if you're too comfortable when you're growing up, it's just like, yeah, well, I'll do this for a while and then I'll do that. But I knew that I had to go for it, you know.
Your mother is Irish and your father is black Venezuelan.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up biracial? Were you ever a victim of racism?
Well, my brother and sister, because they're older and they kind of grew up more like in the 70s and late 60s, they had a lot of bad stuff. People blew up their cars and poisoned their dogs and stuff like that. They had bad things happen to them. But because I grew up later, and also I only lived with my mom, really, so my parents were divorced when I was 3, so it wasn't like that much of a situation where, you know, it was the family living together and stuff.
How did you ever feel like you were part of two different cultures, or did you mostly just identify with your mom?
Well, it was just that my mother raised me from, you know, since I was a baby. And I think not because of any racial thing, but just because of the fact that my mother and I were so close. We were like best friends,
right.
You know, when I was growing up. That I really had a strong bond with her more so than my father, basically because they were divorced, not because of any racial thing at all.